they love to do this, right? As you were saying to me backstage, we've seen from their games, they get this Shadow Fiend nice and early. They love to build the draft around the Satanic Shadow Fiend. This is what this lineup seems to be best at right now.
Yeah, these guys, I think them and Heroic, at least for me, from what I haven't gotten to see every single team. Unfortunately, there's just a lot of Dota, but from them and Heroic, they've been the teams that were like 4 Protect 1 more than anybody. Crit is going to take a decent amount of harass.
Good knockback there with a flame break, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough for them to get that kill. It won't.
Yeah.
Indeed, Crit's going to be fine.
Yeah, and so to point out with these inventories, we had the level one we were bringing into the game. They both bought boots. So Malrine bought boots, brought them mid, brought them on his courier, sold them. Crit also had the boots sell thing that he did to put these early wards down. So just a little small thing to point out there, as we saw that there were no items on that Hoodwink. And this last pick for Laurel, we don't see too much of it in particular, but I think the overall thing that he wants is just, it's a Mage Slayer buyer. Yeah. And overall versus this lineup, the Mage Slayer does look quite nice. But yeah, I definitely have the similar concerns as the panel where I've been advocating actually for Dawn since Birmingham, I think it was. I was talking about this hero a lot back then. I was waiting to see it played. I don't think it's gotten like any really buffs or changes at all, and the hero is now coming back and into play, and it's looking pretty strong. So I'm happy to see it, and it does feel like it fits Amar's style. You can farm on the opposite side of the map, so you can be very farmed, and then you can just ult in, right? And it's good to farm because it lowers the cooldown of your ulti, as we see, because he has the solar charged.
Absolutely, yeah. So I think it's going to make it very hard for Spirit to make plays as well.
Yep.
You're able to come in, turn things around as the Dawn.
Yeah, bottom lane, there's going to have to be, like, Miposhka has to be careful with how he uses Flame Break. You want to use it to stop the combo that comes out. If you see the Dawn going in with, like, the hammer and you get the secondary, spin, it's on that stuff, you want to be able to have that Flame Break to kind of disengage. So they do have ways to play around it, at least in the lane, because of that bat, but it's still a very, very oppressive lane from Falcons. If there's just a couple mispositions that come out from the SF, it could be...
Crit might be in trouble this time. Flame break into a couple of raises. This should be first blood. Crit caught a little bit out of position there. Satanic is to claim that first blood.
Big positioning mistake there from Crit. It's caught. But a beautiful flame break. They do it actually at level 1 before they have to worry about that level 2. Nicely done. Most of these SF lanes have been super dominant. I just think that if you're not careful in this one, it can quickly become those kills onto the SF, so good for them to get a kill right off the bat.
Yeah, look at the safe lane on the other side of the map, Skeeter and Snaking on the Dragon Knight and Pugner duo. I mean, can they find a chance to punish this? They're going to get a good pushback with the spear. Not quite far enough under the tower there to really threaten Skeeter, as Skeeter's able to step away.
I feel like Skeeter should be pretty fine up here. They have some type of little fun plays that they can do with the SD if you do get these crazy stacks. But overall, I feel like he should be okay, unless he also makes some positioning mistakes, as we have seen already. To his hit, Amar doesn't want to commit for that. Interesting, too, is that Crit, he used to play with the Dawnbreaker quite a bit, right? Remember when they used to do Tusk? They used to do Tusk Dawn with Saberlight back in the day for quite some time, too. So Crit definitely very comfortable at least playing with this hero, too. Kind of forgot about that until just now. Nice range creep denied there from Satanic. Look at both.
Snipe the courier there, Crit.
So other thing to point out too is, I don't know how experienced overall Amar is with the hero, right? Because he's not actually hitting his rule. He's not gold tier, and he's playing this in an official. So he is breaking his own rule that he said. For those that don't know, he said if you're not gold tier, you're not allowed to play it, or you're not good at it. So.
I mean, to be fair to him, he said,
I know, I'm messing with him.
He said, if you're not.
Yeah, that's fair.
When it comes to himself, the rule doesn't apply. He'll play whatever, No, it's just interesting. This is a rule for everybody else.
Because, like, sometimes, you see these type of plays where he hammered to go for range creeps, and he ends up getting double range creep denied. When he's playing, like, his Mars and stuff where he's, like, the most comfortable in the world on, he doesn't do those type of little mistakes. So it's just something fun to point out.
Very even at the moment, really, on the mid. A little bit of a lead for Marin on the denies, but Lyle doing perfectly fine against the mid sand kick.
Panic. Stepped up a bit far here.
Oh, he's very dead.
Yeah, you can't step out of position. It's probably I think Dawn is the highest burst hero at level 2, level 3 in the game. It feels pretty insane. You just step out once out of position, and Malrine, he'll tip him immediately off of that one.
So indeed, again, so assuming that Amar's a good boy and has one account, only 18.
18. I was gonna say
that's very low.
I feel like I watch a lot of pubs and I do not see Amar play this. So
that is pretty crazy. Just in comparison, something like Amar's 1100 games. That's quite a difference.
1,200 on Tim, or 1,100 on Mars. Oh my god, he's a maniac. He plays so much.
18 games on, and well, the win rate as well. It's only 44%.
All right, so we'll have to see if that causes any type of issues. Will he do some type of bad little micro mechanical plays? We'll see. We'll call him out on all of them, of course.
Let's just check. Did we get the check right if he's played it in pro? He has not played it in a pro game.
Okay.
So this is his debut performance.
But it's been a big rise since BB Dasha. It started getting picked. I want to say that Jenkins can call me if I'm wrong. I think it had like a pretty high win rate. I'm not gonna go look. I think it was like 60 something or higher even.
It did for a while, kind of in pubs. Its win rate's been very good.
It has been. Yeah. And I do like that they pointed out, so other things to talk about is the sustain. You know, like how they talked on the panel is, there's really not, yeah, eventually maybe you can see the Ember going like a Shiva's or something like this, right? Some route, but not really any heal reduction. And it is going to be very sustained cores with the Dawn ult. Sanking Bloodscone, a DK tanking this innately, and a Pugna in the back of it too, so. See if they'll be able to deal with that. Right now, yeah, their lane's pretty good. Sanking starting to boost forward here. I think Malrine is starting to pull creeps into neutrals and get that extra farm. Snay making a move bottom. Tanic's gonna be careful. We'll go for Miposh instead.
They got the setup here. With the bounce back of the acorn shot. That's Miposhka going down. In the mid.
He's fixed
the setup. He's gonna try and go for it here.
Nice disrupt.
Will indeed allow Lyle to step away there, Root with the save, holding back Malrine.
Very good play from Rue. That was very likely the death there for Laurel. Good rotation, help out his buddy. And it's around the power rune too, so 10 seconds to see who gets lucky. Malrine also stacking, or sorry, denying that ward that was blocking. Or at least was giving the vision of his camp. Who's gonna get it?
Radiant are scanning.
It's a nice one as well.
Radiant's
Second one.
Nice rune
Very
could
nice.
definitely set him up to make some moves happen. If we see some action to come in towards on the side lanes.
Amar getting gone on.
He's got backup of Crypt. It's enough to hold the two of them back, so Satanic won't be able to fully lay down the Raze combo.
Snay's made his way back down. Skitter now can just be left alone. He's playing, you know, he's a DK, level 5. He's got more than enough sustain. So
pretty boring lane, that top.
We don't want to watch top. Yeah, top's not.
Nothing's happening.
Bottom, though.
Straight in they go.
Another one. Good flame break, but doesn't matter.
Yeah, they've got great burst with these three.
And that gets Amar very close to 6, right? I'm pretty sure he's going to have it in the next wave or so. Yeah, I think after this wave, maybe they just give him that XP even. So now it even becomes complicated to make a first move with that Ember Haste if this is going to be out there for Amar. Unless you make it to the Dawn lane. That's usually how you kind of want to make those plays happen too, if you do play versus hero.
Yeah, which they can do, but I mean, as we've been seeing, the Falcons, they're ready. They're doing a good job of setting up down bottom.
Yeah.
It's not an area, but that they've really been leaving Amar on his own sub island at all.
And Malrine doing, I mean, I actually don't think he stole any stacks there, but he's playing versus Shadow Demon, so he was just walking in to scout the area, the triangle. Since Sesti usually plays around stacks, he'll be able to at least just deny out a hard camp. Pretty solid early game here from Falcons. I'm just looking at that difference in gold between the offlaners, and it's insane. Like, Amar is literally a carry.
He's going to continue getting some money by the looks of it. The setup's there.
TP's coming in. Laurel, he's got the haste.
Need to try and punish this. So if he can get the catch onto Amar, Lyle, he'll be able to find the gap closed. But he'll turn himself for the easier one. Doesn't feel that they can go for the kill onto Amar, so Amar's allowed to walk away, and it's just crit they'll get.
It's a haste rune. It gets him something, but definitely not what you wanted to get out of that rune. Marine. He's got backup. The Pugna's connecting over. Gonna continue this chase? It's a bit deep.
He wants to.
Marine wants to. He's got another stun, but decides against it.
They'll look back over towards Lyle instead. Slight fist used. Remnants of the ready. Still taking a lot of damage on the way out, Lyle.
Marine just trying to pressure as much as possible. 2K lead now for them. Immediately walking into the triangle again to scout things out, and there's
the setup. They got the bushwhack ready for Amar to come crashing in down on towards Malik. He'll push back Amar with the spear. He won't be able to escape though. Snake King swings across, drops down a blast. They'll get the kill, and they'll probably get the tower as well here, Falcon.
They have a really good draft, not only just for go for kills, but also these towers, right? With the DK Pugna, it's going to be able to set that tempo very quick. Spirit, this early game is already looking pretty rough. 3K lead for Falcons. Malrine is stealing your ancient stack.
Taking all this farm. I mean, they're just not getting anything out of the map, really, Spirit.
Even their bottom lane, the lane that usually, as we say, the SF lane tends to not really lose, it's not winning. So, everything going the way of Falcons right now. How's the timings looking too? So they need a... yeah, these timings are going to be very slow for initiations in particular on the other side of Spirit. They will always have the Ember Spirit to start fights, but definitely awkward. You know, Panel was talking about how they're key for this game, pretty much just starting these fights with good advantages of these blinks early on. Not going to be the case. It's Falcons just setting the tempo.
They're looking for Malik again.
They got the stun.
See if he's able to play his way out with an arena. Might have to use it defensively.
Yeah, he's got no TP.
I mean, Lars coming in from the side, so Malik will be fine. He'll be able to turn. Should just be Pugner falling here, so Team Spirit able to at least make sure that they don't lose the core this time.
Miposhka is here. There's TPs available for Falcons, but Miposhka wants to try something here. No lasso available. No one close enough. And they get the whole map revealed, of course. Oh, the lag for everybody. Dawnbreaker shows that they were making the move.
And it's a good job for Falcons that Skeeter didn't get caught there, because once they had TPs, Marine was not in fighting shape. He had no mana, no HP, and Solar Guardian still on cooldown for 10 seconds from Amar.
It's going to start coming back up, though. They're setting up for the fight.
Yeah, now they
Miposhka, he is
very dead.
He was trying to take advantage of the Arsonist. I believe I saw him take that fasted, so he had 6 sticky on the tower. I think he knows that they're not really going to be able to hit towers so easy with their lineup, and Bat 5 doesn't really do it, but in the first 10 minutes, you can. So I guess he's trying to get open up the map a little bit for his team, but ends up paying with his life. And they insta-smoke off that, so they want to find this SF.
Find Satanic, that'd be pretty huge. He's the one doing the best at the moment for Spirit. He's very deep, though, beyond the tier 2 tower. Not really in a spot that's going to be likely for them to find him in.
He had an Obs Ward, too, so Snaking was able to take it up. But there's zero vision for the side of Spirit right now. Their map is
sweeping to the left, maybe, but...
They have a Dawn ult, too, to follow, but not quite find Satanic. Yeah, they only have one defensive ward right now on the side of Spirit, and it's around their triangle. And
another jump on the mid.
Good disruption.
Defensive disruption should be enough to break him out of this combo. Yeah, he's got the Remnant at the ready. Lyle gets out.
That's 2 times Ru has at least been able to save him. But a 4K lead, Falcons just getting... It feels like they're getting to do anything they want around the map. See what Spirit's move is to try to at least start to look for some kills. It looks like it's going to be Miposhka finding Snag.
They'll drop the lasso for this. Make a quick job of it. Don't want to give him a chance to life drain up and time for backup to come in.
Radiant are scanning.
That's nice. Malik is just so slowed down this game. Bottom net worth of these cores by significant margin on this Mars and mid.
This time they got the jump. Rue's trying to step up for the save, but this time not quite able to get close enough to get that disruption off, so this time Lyle's gone.
And there's that iconic build, the Skitter Classic, right? Not going for armlet. He likes to play aggressive with early timings, set tempo. Tempo is the name of the game for this one so far here, too. 7 to 4. It's going to be up to a 5K lead probably after this hour.
Yeah, see, this sort of build works perfectly, especially when they have this sort of lead. And you know that they feel it right now, Falcons.
And they have the chain stun, too, right? They have the Bushwhack with the stun from the DK, the stun from the Sand King. And then they even have Donald. Yeah, they have... It's a very well-rounded draft. And Malrine just continues to be pesky. They can't even contest him over here with the Mars. When does Malik want to look to get involved?
Well, look at this down bottom. They get the jump on him, Miposhka. The arena comes out, but Malik won't be able to save Miposhka, and he's not going to have damage on his own to get the kill.
Satanic is trying to get close, but it's an armlet on Amar.
And they're ready to go back in, Marine. Jumps in with a power strike, gets the jump onto Malik. Malik's out.
This game is brutal. Falcons is just, I mean, playing around with their food, it feels like. Just perfect moves. Malik shows up. That's his, I believe, his first arena, right? And can't actually find anything out of it. Falcons just too quick with their movements. These double blink daggers paying off massively. Now that armlet also finished up on the Dawn. That's a good build. I like this one quite a bit.
Okay, yeah.
It's really nice when you're playing versus something like an SF, right? If you can get any type of extra armor, it's really good, but overall it's one of the best damage items.
And it's just going to be super hard to kill. When he gets this armlet into the S and Y, you know, you've just got a great amount of stats and a great amount of damage.
As usual, he's a secondary character.
Skeeter tries to get the jump in, but they'll back away successfully this time, but still Spirit just struggling to really get their teeth stuck in this game.
Amar just farmed a triple stack Ancient as well during that. Yeah, they're not able to find anything. And look at Falcons. It's just
Malik.
non-stop.
He's been caught again. Not a fun game for him this time on the Mars. 0-3-1.
No, Falcons kicking up pace. It's so fast the way that they're playing. I mean, only 10 kills, but these kills are super impactful. There's no space on the map for Satanic. Rue?
He's going to be able to steal it.
He's going to get it.
They might have just killed Rue. They do. Skeeter's in with a jump. TPs are coming in. Oh,
and
no!
they find Miposhka.
This is a brutal one.
Yeah, Laurel even tries TPing top, has to instant cancel. Everything is
they get it on the way out. I mean, the Falcons, they've been looking on top form as ever. You know, some of these wins, they just don't hold back. They come in and they steamroll some of these games.
And now you got to add Dawn to the list, of course. You know, we had Quinn adding Earth Spirit to his list. Now we have Dawn for Mr. Amar.
Yeah, I think he's going to be pretty happy with this. You know, he's turned up, and as I said, looking at his stats, and they weren't the finest. He had, 18 games, 44% win rate, but this, here in his first, as far as I can see, pro-level performance in a competitive tournament game, he's 4-0-5.
Yep, he's having a pretty perfect game. All of his ults have been on point, too. I want to see it more just because it feels like it fits so well versus these squishy carries. We're having a lot of squishy carries again. Yeah, okay, maybe not Luna. But I think even versus, Medusa, you even can play it versus, Deuces and stuff like that. It does feel very, very strong.
It's a good hero for sure.
Can't believe it hasn't been played, especially now that we're seeing how potent it can be. This is early for an 8-9k lead. Mage Slayer's out for Laurel. Maybe he just has to start making some moves around the map to try to open things up for Satanic, but we shall see. They still don't even have the blink on Malik. It's one of the slower blinks I think we've seen on Mars. And when it comes out, too, it's like, do you even have damage that's going to follow up with it now at this point? Does feel quite scary. Malik. Snaking is higher level than Malik, too, because of these wisdoms that have gone down. Go for him. He heals a lot because of the ward.
Crits, they were back up on the side. I mean, they come up with the Solar Guardian, so Poshka's dead. Snaking,
he's still pretty much full HP. He didn't even get
close to dying.
He just healed off the siphoning ward. They casted spells.
100% is a bit off the mark, but you know what? It doesn't matter. They're nearly 10k ahead. They're diving tier 2s. Maori's in with the bro. This one...
Satanic's going to have to do something absolutely insane in this game. Even then, this is not an easy matchup.
No.
Yeah, they're gigantic, and every move is hitting, and there's no vision on the map whatsoever for Spirit. They just can't do anything, it feels like. Every move is just perfect from Falcons. They can't get wards out on the map from Spirit either, and they're just dominating this entire game. The supports are literally surpassing Force in levels.
Well, it's caught by the Atos into the bushwhack. He's out.
Laurel, okay, he has to push limits, doing things like that, just maybe cutting waves and playing with the defensive remnant and just try to get space for this stuff. But, yeah. Not easy. And Amar, he doesn't go full greed either.
Okay,
yeah,
just the BKB first.
Plays it smart.
Yep.
Goes BKB.
Nah, he's not
now. He's actually invulnerable.
You can get in, drop the combo, no interruptions.
Yeah, crazy amount of farm. And that's why Skeeter, we do see him go for the Blink Dagger a lot of times on DK too, because these guys, they take up a lot of space on the map. Look at these two farmers. Sir Amar and Melreen. Ult's back up, so farming always thriving for that Dawnbreaker, and they can make another move. Spirit just not playing together either. They're not even here near Satanic for the move if it happens.
He's thinking about the setup. There's Rue making his way over.
Okay.
They might just, maybe if they can get both, that would be the dream. Well, just tell for Rue.
I feel like Rue is trying to be in these positions to protect his cores, and a couple of times he has, but I don't feel the synergy overall from Spirit right now. Everybody feels like they're, maybe because of how devastating this early game is, everyone's just off doing their own thing. And maybe they just feel like they can't actually fight up versus what Falcons has. Maybe wait for Miposhka's blink, but again, you're going to have these initiation tools, but you have the damage, and Miposhka gets found again.
Yep, Maureen hunts him down. Is he going to be able to juke out of this?
Looks like he just might.
Easy.
Easy,
he says.
Uh-oh. Satanic, though, that's his fresh BKB.
That's not as easy.
Oh, Oh gosh. He just got that, literally. It just got there and they went on him right away with that ward.
Is under attack.
The Skeeter was blinking into
wants
tier
to
3s.
Dire's middle tower.
Feeling as
has
comfortable
fallen.
as ever here, Falcons.
Yeah, it's beat down. 16 to 4.
Radiant's top tower is under
Again,
attack.
every move is connecting. Every single Solar Guardian pretty much has hit on point.
He's looking for Lal.
Oh, they've got the chance done. Oh, Skeeter.
No, did they not?
Skeeter did he not cast it?
I think Dragon Tech was a cooldown.
Radiant's top tower
Skeeter?
is under attack.
Did he try to min-max too hard? What happened?
Well, you know, just a little bit of mercy being given, really, I think.
Maybe it was on cooldown. I don't think it was on cooldown, though. Whatever. It happens. Brew, we'll try for the D ward. Good disruption. And we'll be able to get away. Doesn't have the purge. They don't have anyone close enough to go for this play either. Amar will be able to walk it off. Now they're sticking together. Okay, so now Malik with Satanic, they're going to try to make this move with this BKB timing. How much longer till it's back up? It was still on cooldown for a few seconds. 18 seconds. Feels like this. There's a blink in his Shivas, and he has a shield rune. You're not killing these cores. These cores are not dying on. They have demonic purge at least to get rid of it.
I mean, does Amar even need to get the SMY? I feel like he could.
He
just
likes
go for
this
something
item.
flashier.
But he likes this item.
Okay.
It's a good.
Got so
I
much
wanted
money.
I thought he was going to do Deso.
You know what I mean? He's like, get a death, so you know, treat yourself.
We'll see. Sometimes he messes with us. He queues items up and doesn't
Yeah.
buy them. We'll see which one he wants to go for. Or even bigger items. Sitting on 3K.
I think there's still a chance, yeah, that he could be going for someone else.
It's probably just discussion, you know. They're maybe just talking about, like, hey, I'm really rich. What do you want me to do?
Exactly, yeah.
Good bait, Brew.
Oh, okay. Illusion bait will work out this time.
I'll keep clicked on Amar.
Yeah, same.
I'll let you know. You got Amar.
3,300 gold in the bank right now.
Just waiting to see which one it is. Another double wisdom for the side of Falcons. So on top of that 8K lead, the experience lead is getting pretty absurd. As you said, these supports are starting to get some crazy levels.
Marine's ready for the play. He's going to go for it straight on a route.
Nothing you can do.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
High Spirit's just not doing anything, really. It really does feel like they're either not able to make anything happen or just feeling like they just can't.
Sure. And I guess what a lot of this just what boils down to that top lane for Malik going just a lot worse than the kind of the plan needed it to go right. That they needed this Mars to be the one to sort of set up plays in the early to mid game.
It definitely does feel like that. Also, Laurel's first rotation with his haste rune, it connected on just like a support. So while Falcons was triple farming, it really was just Satanic getting much.
Dire's middle tower is under
And these supports are getting a ton. Just, you know, we're talking a lot about Amar and Malrine and even Snay and Crit are level 13 with pretty tremendous amount of farms as well. So it's a level 9 Shadow Demon. Of course, they got all the Wisdom runes pretty much stolen.
Now we got Roshan's there.
Very methodical.
And he will just buy the completed S&Y.
He bought the full thing?
Yeah, basically saved up 4K gold and was like, well, now I just treat myself to the full S&Y.
Whatever, fine.
He'll have that picked up and added to his repertoire for the next fight. Amar.
Hey, unkillable, it does feel like. And the long duration fights are going to benefit a lot with that S&Y. I don't know how long duration they will be, though. Those look like they're going to be pretty explosive. And Satanic, he is still, as you said, he's still farmed, it's just he's alone. And there's so much control, so much sustain.
Yeah, just so much beef that he's going to have to beat through.
And it's Decrepify too. Yes, you have Demonic Purge, but that's just one target that you can prevent from just that heal. But the extra healing that comes up from everything else is, as we've stated previously, more and more issues. A little thing to point, I mean, this is very random, but Satanic even just, he's got stats over the 15 talent because they're not even hitting buildings. Why are you going to get Presence Aura hitting buildings? You're getting no stacks, you're not even hitting the buildings.
Radiant's
Get the
middle
stats.
tower is under attack.
And meanwhile, Falcons, they're certainly hitting buildings.
They sure are.
Coming in with a push down the mid.
And they're fighting kills.
Crit's getting the setup. Can they finish the kill? Not quite. Moshka gets away this time.
What's the next timing, it feels like, for Team Spirit. I guess Malik's BKB so that he can just jump in and choose his targets, but they have ways to counteract these BKBs. They have the Dawn ult. Shiva's is finished up on Laurel, so they are getting like some of these item time. Just how much is it going to make of a difference? That will prevent some of the healing that we were mentioning. Malik. He shows himself and...
well, he got the courier, but they'll probably get his life.
Not worth it. That's Amar walking to be able to show up for the fight, so he's got Solar Guardian for the next
And they're
fight.
setting up on the mid.
They see Rue.
Yeah, that's the one to go for first straight away. They've got him with a bushwhack. Make sure that the Shadow Demon won't be able to save anyone.
Man, Pugna. I'm just loving watching this hero. Decrep with this Hoodwink too. The bonus damage on the ulti, it's insane. Sure, it's just a support there, but you can see potential for it. Now he takes presence affects buildings. But
now we'll see again on the replay. Unfortunate times for Malik. Really suffering this game. And just with this sort of lead, they could set up plays from the top of the map to the middle of the map. They can do what they want, and they're getting the important ones, making sure that these little sort of bits that Team Spirit need to pull together to make a play, such as the Mars or the save potential, the Shadow Demon. There's never really a moment where they're all there ready to go together as a group. Falcons always making sure that one of them's dead at any time.
Falcons, just it's been the macro play for me. Just they're pairing up very nicely with their rotation. Spirit just hasn't had that. I don't think at all this game. They haven't really been able to find much of anything with like team rotations. Individual things slightly there, but very slight. Poshka. Play his way out. Yeah, I'm just continue looking at the supports, just getting bigger and bigger. I believe Gleipnir was done there for Hoodwink, and Snay is huge. This is a 4-position Pugna.
That's Daedalus on
This is
Satanic.
done. Okay. I mean, if there's
They
any
might
time,
try
it's got
for
to be
smoke
now.
or something, right?
Yeah.
Yep,
Aegis. Is it BKB on Malik too? He's still a little short, but I feel like you got to do something.
It is still a minute and a half that the Aegis is there on Skeeter, so there's kind of the feeling of maybe you want to wait like that extra minute just so you can fight as it expires.
I guess. I mean, I guess so. Yeah. Malik is probably saying I'm 100 gold for BKB. So maybe they are waiting for that one, but it feels like now Falcons is just going to look for the fight themselves too.
And
so.
Falcons are going to have an amplified damage room for the next fight as well.
Yeah. It's hard for Spirit. You can tell that they're probably discussing it too. They're like, do we want to make this move? And maybe someone makes the executive call that probably not.
You got to wait for the Aegis or try and time it around it on that expiration.
Yeah, maybe if they walk up and hit the high ground and you get a spear back to the tower, you can get the chain stun. That's how it has to be done. If you don't get that full chain stun and they get the BKB off, they're going to live.
Sand the base right now, Spirit.
Literally all 5 stuck in the base.
There we go. Now that the Aegis is coming down to just the 30 seconds left on it, might be a bit of a chance for them to make a strike.
It just doesn't look easy to pick who you want to go on.
They'll get snaking.
They'll find a pick-off, but there's a Solar Guardian.
There is a Solar Guardian coming in. Comes in with the stun down onto the 2 of them.
BKBs.
Pop the BKB in return straight away. Amar standing his ground against Satanic. The arena's down. Amar's to back off. Satanic ends up dying through it all as they try and make a move happen around the mid. If they can get everyone else out of it, it won't be too bad, but I don't know if they can. Malik's going to get forced out to the side. They'll be able to split them up a bit, but it's still the cleanup for Falcons. Trying to find crit there, Lal, but he cannot do enough damage here with a sleight of fist. He has to jump away with the Remnant. They try to make the move. They get the kill on Snake King, but they're just too far behind. They can't do much more.
It's a 4v5 essentially, and that's the only kill that
Amar might even find Malik here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Malik's going to see him. He's not going to want to have any of that. Meanwhile, the base, it's in trouble.
They're just, because they're so far ahead, you can see that tankiness. Amar, with the stat build, he's able to stand his ground versus Satanic. Satanic was actually dealing good amount of damage because he got the stack from the kill on Snake King, but it didn't end up mattering.
And he has a Daedalus.
He does.
He's got decent farm on this Shadow
Look at Amar just stand his ground. Yeah, he just stands his ground. And resets perfectly, and by the time that BKB, he doesn't have enough time during it to finish up one of those targets.
It's a rough fight all around.
Just very good decision making, very good calls from Falcons this entire game. 22-5. Almost everybody on a killing spree.
And Amar, he's pretty much been leading the way the whole game. I think he's been that top spot in the net worth for the majority of this game as well.
Yep, I mean, none of their chorus have died, right? It's literally just the support kills. So those 5 kills, it's on Snay and on the Hoodwink. They're just being enabled to the utmost amount.
I'll take your
Ready for another jump, Skeeter.
He's in. They get the jump immediately and onto the two of them. Burst strike to follow it up.
Deleted.
Just a question really of how much more Spirit want to endure here in this game one.
Yeah, especially now Amar, he's got Paladin Sword, he's got Plate Mail, so even tankier, even more sustain. Satanic.
He's got to be a little careful there.
Might just die in one
He's
shot.
just going to make the jump onto him. I mean, it's risky standing in that position. He'll get the BKB up, but it does not matter. I mean,
it's over.
It's pretty much admitting defeat, I feel, when you're standing at the front like that.
They got the wave cut. I mean, Miposhka was able to get that one, but if you're dying, yeah, you're dead in one stun. No backup for you whatsoever. 45 seconds. Falcons pushing 2 lanes.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Malik's back up.
Radiant structures are
Without
fortified.
Satanic, the chance of them having it anywhere nearly enough damage to take out any of the cores, maybe even the supports at this point, is highly unlikely, unfortunately, for Spirit.
Lasso into spear them into the fountain.
Radiant's middle barracks is
Anything you can get, it feels like. Daytime. Oh. Okay, so they only got the one, but it's still a big hit. And they're ready to fight anyway, right outside. Solar Guardian is back up. Epi is ready.
Hightail.
Pretty much any one hero can set up for a fight.
Bloody bounty.
They have that much farm now. They're getting every single bounty since they have full map control too, so gold continues to grow. And that's
We
the
might
full
be able to
AC.
see that, actually. Can we get the bounties up?
I want to say they have like 85% of them. Actually, not as many. But like 3/4, right?
Yeah, that's about what, about 2/3, right?
2/3, yeah.
Yeah, about 2/3, about 68%.
Yep, we've got a majority. Another catch, it's on the perfect target.
And BKB, unfortunately for Satanic,
work.
still on cooldown for 5 seconds. Malik tries to show his face, but Amar's going to start running straight for him. Won't be able to push back Amar with the spear. They'll get the rest of the 4 out of there, unless Skeeter's able to get a jump in. Tries for it, but Miposhka's quick with the blink.
Yeah, just even if you get to BKB, the Dawnbreaker just pierces too, right? So it's like, yeah, it just feels like picture perfect hero when you're playing versus these fragile ones.
And now they get a jump
another
on
one.
Lal. There's not
He's
any
gone.
save at the ready. Lal's gone. Another tier 3 to be taken here by Falcons,
Radiant structures are fortified.
as they have really made this game one look incredibly easy. Falcons
I'm
coming in with
surprised.
another stomp.
I'm surprised Spirit is still hanging on to this one. This one has to, I mean, maybe discussing what went wrong entirely, but
I mean, what do you think they would be pointing at as sort of the biggest change that they need to make going into game 2?
I think they just needed to try to make some moves even if they were behind. They literally didn't do anything. That was my one biggest thing. Like, Malik was waiting for Blink Dagger. Maybe he did feel like he couldn't make a move because he didn't have Blink, but
Sure.
even though they were underfarmed in the lanes, you can't just do nothing. You can't just let Falcons make every move around the map, which I felt like that's literally what was happening. So, it's not just Malik's fault, of course, you know. Maybe I'm focusing onto him a little bit, but their moves, they just didn't have any moves happen. Laurel made the one move, and I just
Malik.
that was about it.
He might just have to BKB TP. Ooh, he's going to try it without BKB, and it will pay off this time. Hides in the trees.
I also think Falcons played incredibly well this game. That too. And this Dawnbreaker pick maybe was a bit of a gotcha.
Yeah, well, absolutely right.
So
We
just
just
this
don't
lane
see this
isn't-
from Amar,
yeah.
but we'll be seeing it again.
Yeah.
Because one thing about this hero as well, I find is it's a very fun hero to play. So I feel like after this one, Amar bringing it into competitive for himself, he's going to be wanting to play this one once more.
Yeah.
Well, at least once more, maybe many times more. It's looked great. He's played it perfect, 10-0-8. It's
It
flawless.
hits his archetype.
Yeah.
Perfectly. You can carry.
Yep.
You can farm and be involved. Oh! Maybe they'll catch him here. He's got BKB, but no TP.
He's very tanky.
He is.
He could just
He can ult.
BKB and get the hell out of
Okay,
there.
just kidding.
Amaroshan. It's up again.
There's for the pick.
Now, because they could take that. They're getting very close to that 1,000 gold per minute.
And Snake can heal up his buddy. He can heal up Amar if he needs it. At least his mana, since he's got Luminosity to full heal in one attack. And they can look to pressure, look to end this game.
Your shaman has fallen to action.
There we go. And he just on skied up.
Yeah, there's that beauty of the Pugna. So everybody back up to full, topped off, ready to fight. And Spirit just looking to find any little extra gold that they can get on the map.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot they can do right now.
No.
I mean, the builds, they're not even really making much sense either. You know, I think Lyle knows he's got BKB and then queued in a Radiance. I don't think a post 30-minute Radiance is going to do much.
They
know it's over.
Yeah, it's BKB and then maybe Rapier to drop.
Yeah, but he's queued up he's got a Radiance.
He just clicked the rally. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. It's probably just like you said, they don't know where to really go from here.
Dire's top
That's a
tower
rough one.
is
But
under
as you say,
attack.
clearly opting to take the extra minutes to just decide what they're going to do next time. Game 2, they're going to want to change it up massively. This was not their finest here, unfortunately, for Spirit.
And it is the one thing though is it is quite a draft that is along their style.
Sure.
It is what
they
they
went all
do
in
like
around
to
the
play,
SF, around
but
Satanic.
It's just been Falcons just playing around it perfectly, micro, macro game, etc.
Yep.
This could probably be that final fight.
Dire's
Falcons in
top
prime
tower
position.
is under
The
attack.
push cut.
They'll find him. Tries to blink away, but they're ready to follow him up with the jump. They get the Gleitman connection onto Rue. Will be able to back away, keep a safe distance.
Has to use the demonic cleanse for himself.
Radiant's top tower is
Final
under
Rex.
attack.
There's the buyback. Mosquito, he makes the jump in. The look for the setup. Solar Guardian comes in from Amar. He's in on top of Satanic. Satanic taking a huge amount of damage for that opening combo. Try to put the BKB in turn. They got the lasso onto Amar, but they don't do enough damage to kill Amar off. He's able
almost
to
went
back
back in.
away. Malik drops the arena. Amar just turns and looks to take him out, and he'll succeed. Amar getting healed up as well by the life drain. Jump forward over towards Lana, put the Requiem to try and push them back, but Rue's gone. He's out for 45, no buyback. Malik will try and turn this fight with a buyback, but he's got nothing left to offer. As Meposhka's gone, a dieback for him, they'll finally tap out. GG is called. Falcons, an absolute stomp from them here in this game 1. Spirit just looking completely lost, Fog.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they did they even.
It was not a quick one either. It was a long, rough one, unfortunately, for Team Spirit. This game 2, they're having to deal with the Amar Spider.
I feel like it has to be better than the last one, but
Yep.
it doesn't look easy in particular either. This is definitely another one of those games where Falcons, I think they've gotten themselves one of those drafts that it can scale very hard. They can pressure very early as well too, but I think that's why they wanted this Sven. It's this hero that just in case it's a insurance policy if things don't go perfect, right?
Okay.
Bit interesting to see it though. Both of these last picks I did not anticipate. I was trying to think of these answers so they could have something for the Brood that gives them extra catch as well too. This was an older one, but not too many people are playing the Kunkka anymore, so see what
And
Malik's
why
able
not?
to do.
What are sort of the downsides of a Kunkka right now as opposed to the more frequented offlaners in this patch?
I just feel like it got nerfed a lot. Right? It got nerfed like crazy after it was being picked all the time. So it just got hit a lot more than these other heroes that got buffs in particular. So I also just, I don't know, even at TI, a lot of the games, even though it did do well, I wasn't the most like about this Kunkka. It just felt a little bit strange of a hero, but I could see the purpose for it this game, absolutely. In mid lane, let's see how Laurel's able to do. Usually we see these Invokers do quite well versus the Sir Spirit.
Should be likely to at least get to the point where you're able to stop the Earth Spirit from having the resources to make rotations. Keep his mana low.
Yeah. Let's see how they're able to deal with the Brood and the Bat. They have the Clockwork, which is going to help a lot since it's one of the best laners in particular. And we'll have to, of course, talk about skill builds that'll end up happening since we always get Morph versus Broodmother nowadays. Amar very likely to just skip Insatiable, so he doesn't end up giving it to the Morph until way later stages in the game. And they do have a pretty strong pressure lane on Falcons also up there with the Bat and Brood. So even though Clockwork is there to mostly secure Morph's farm, still not the easiest.
Trying to do his best here with the cogs to get that level 1 set up, but Falcons surviving through the attempt so far in the lane.
Got some
Poshka.
good mana burns though on Crit. I think he burned like over 100 something mana there. So Crit having to buy an extra Mango Clarity to be able to contribute more. But Amar's farming.
And for Falcons on the draft yet, once again, snaking, getting the Pugna. Getting to
nice.
get it quite late through the draft as well. Do you think this is something we're just going to continue to see from Falcons and maybe some of the other teams?
I think from everyone. Yeah, I think we're going to start seeing it from like almost everybody. It feels incredible. The fact that you can do all these things like while you're channeling, right? You're able to heal targets while also blasting in team fights, and you're also getting the health from siphoning ward during team fight. It just feels like it gives a lot. And maybe it was something that was underrated by people for some time. It takes a specific player to play Pugna sometimes, but it is a fun hero to watch when it is strong. Lots of cool little plays you can have happen with it.
So far in these first few waves, pretty even.
Across the board.
Nobody having any sort of huge issue. See Maureen.
A little bit of body blocks. It's extra harass.
We'll see if this changes once Log starts to get some levels in this mid, if he's able to kind of keep the Spirit held back, because so far so good really from Maureen against the Invoker.
He's dragging the wave too. This is a classic Maureen. Gets the advantageous wave where he has double wave pushing onto him, and then he's going to start pulling. Nice play there from Laurel, though, at least contesting him so he doesn't just get free CS. And it's very interesting to see the Sven.
Has always been one that Skeeter likes.
He does. He likes his melee stunners. Just in particular, when you look at it, doesn't always like stand out as like, man, godly Sven game. But can definitely understand they wanted some big burst damage with the Bat Router is what I would assume. Because before that, they have kind of slow damage throughout the team fights. God Strength makes it just, you get a lasso target, they're gonna probably die if you do get it, so. Very even.
Incredibly, yeah.
And watching
top lane is like 18-6 against 17-6 between
Yeah.
Satanic and Amar.
And look at the supports, everything, it's literally identical moves from the sides. Maureen, he's got Stick Fairy Fire.
It's enough to save him.
He gets the kickback.
Ooh, it's a nice kickback as well. He's gonna live, Mallory.
No way. I think that was Crit who gave him the mango.
I mean, that's crazy. That's some crazy stuff going down in the mid there from Falcons. I think you might be right. They keep Mallory alive.
It was
Rocket
a Lotus.
Player's not even gonna do it.
It was a healing Lotus from Crit.
Yeah.
So he popped him up with the mana.
Did it one-handed as well. I was eating a bag of, what was that? Cashew nuts, I think?
Something like that, yeah.
Crit.
That was such a heads-up play, though. Wow, that was pretty crazy. Crit.
Yeah, he stuck around a little too long. So they'll be able to get back in the game and get a kill back that way.
These type of clutch little plays are nuts, right? Like a healing Lotus to be able to give him mana to kick back the target, and then he ends up surviving because of Laurel.
It's just got to hurt as well when you kind of go for that sort of play, and it's just like, in any other situation, Maureen would have been dead.
Yep. And almost versus any other team, probably, too. Just very quick pass off of that Lotus there from Crit. You said Satanic, he's getting good farm, but Brood is now able to contest him and be pretty annoying.
I'm going to start chasing him down here. Satanic should be fine.
He's got 10 stick, but they're continuing.
Yeah, they're diving in for him. And they're going to get him.
They got him.
They're just able to run under the tower and get him. Aposhka was not close enough to be able to help out. Will catch Amar in the retreat, but Satanic's dead.
Very good aggressive dive play. Necrotic webs adding up for sure. Good kill from Aposhka. But yeah, you lose your morph. And not what you want to have happen on the side of Spirit. They're having good farm on Malik, though. He's having a pretty good time down here.
Now, interesting what the build is. Is it just going to be a case of building those auras?
I don't know. I actually don't know anymore for the Kunkka.
Because we saw what last game, obviously, from Falcon's side of things. You have like a Mar on the offlane Dawn getting armlet first. You know, can you afford to get armlet first on the offlane Kunkka?
That one, no. But more team, maybe some team fight type of items. We'll have to see which build he wants to go for. Rue. Secondary silence puts Maureen.
Oh, good shot. Wow, okay, maybe never
never
mind.
mind.
Still the roll continues despite the fear. Bottom lane, Skeeter's getting dove successfully as they will kill Skeeter off whilst the attention's been drawn by Rue. So Rue, he'll put that down as space created. Allows the rest of the team to dive in and kill the carry.
Malik, can he get himself out of this one? And the push can help. They've got a rotation from Laurel.
That's going to be enough here with the cogs for Malik to get back to safety. The Magnetize will continue to take him down very low. And in fact, yeah, he just dies regardless. The Magnetize too strong as Maureen keeps it going.
And he's going to get his bottle refilled there from Skitter immediately. And they're contesting the Wisdom. Looks like
yeah, they can't make it in time.
Can't quite.
Radiant are scanning.
Quick moves, though. That was a very heads-up play there from Aposhka. After he gets the kill on the Brood top, he quickly goes bottom through the portal, gets behind the Sven, but immediately Falcon's ready to counteract. And they're actually going to give Amar the Wisdom Rune to get that 6 online so he can start pushing heroes out of lanes. Because looking at the Spirit draft, you know, this is waiting for this moment to talk about this, is No one wants a lane versus him. It's Kunkka that wants a lane versus him, and that's pretty much it. All the other heroes have a pretty miserable time when you're playing versus these fighters. So let's see if they do switch up the lanes and end up putting Malik up there to hold off from losing the tower too early. So you don't want to lose this tier 1 that early versus the Brood. It's just going to allow him to bully out Satanic constantly. So let's see if Malik does make the move up there. He does not have a TP available, so he did die. He TP'd back bottom, so 45 seconds he can't. His top tower's in jeopardy.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They're actually bringing even more, so even with Malik, they wouldn't be able to protect this one now. Falcons.
And for the tower.
They're setting that tempo again for the objectives, just like the last game.
Ready to push on around the God Strength timings, and knowing that
is under attack.
Spirit not really going to do much about this. Just got to let this one go.
Not much you can do. If you show up here, the Spider is just going to take control of you.
Under attack.
And you probably have to just bring so many resources to attempt to push him off. It's just not worth it. Malik, not quite 6 either, so maybe that's why he doesn't want to make the move. But now the move is coming again. DBs.
Well, they're going to go for him. Marine setting up. Magnetize the ready. Malik will get the boat down. To have a little bit of survivability against the damage.
Slowly but surely, the ticks, the magnetize.
Well, that's going to be able to persist long
And the
past
rum,
the
it's
effects
going
of
down.
The rum, probably.
And he's going to take.
You just can't run from
Can't run.
You can't run from this Earth Spirit.
And they make the first move, Owen. Again, it's Falcons making all the moves. Spirit, they're going to try to catch, but Gnarl off the mark. And Crit's now turned up.
Coming in for Amar. Turn that attention over towards Crit instead. Good shot here with a dead shot from Rue to bring him back.
Nice shot.
A punish Crit.
Very nice dead shot, actually. Beautiful angle. They have to bring 3 or 4 heroes. They have to try to push that Spider out. But they can't push him out. They'll get the kill on Crit, but Amar will continue playing up there. Malrine maybe asking for a bottle refill. As we said, better than the last game.
Well,
But we'll see.
is this?
We'll see very quickly.
I guess last game was pretty rough.
Last game they had 5 kills total, and it was literally on the two supports only. So
Yeah.
this game they've at least found a little bit more. But
No, there's a chance this game.
yeah, I mean Morph is getting it pretty good farm. My concern is just it really is the Brood issue. It's who's gonna come up here, who's gonna deal with this, and how many resources are gonna have to contribute to dealing with Amar, and is it worth it? Because they're gonna be making moves around with the space that he's giving. Tornado, but the haste was picked up from
He was able
Malrine.
to grab it in time. Now they can just look to go for the kill onto Lal. As Lal, there's no way out for him.
Isolated again. They want more. And they see stacks.
Oh, they do. And they see Malik. They're going to roll over straight away towards Malik. He'll get the boat down.
He got the entire stack with the boulder smash.
Dire's middle tower.
And they might even get some kills as well. Roll forward again. Okay, Torrance just in time to hold him back.
But he can't get away.
The magnetize continues. And Malik, he's gone once again. Maureen continues to roll in the kills.
Her spirit is so insane.
Skeeter's farming
And
the
Skeeter's
ancients.
taking the entire, and they got everything. They got the whole hard camp and they got the whole H. Okay, it quickly became just like last game.
Yeah, this is actually the worst.
Maybe
last
worse.
game. Yeah, I think it might be.
Oh god.
It's
There's
a painful one.
all those stacks at the Mortar, I think literally everything was taken there from the boulder smash plus God strength. Whew. Man, Magnetize is just such an absurd ability. they can't run. You can't fight him because he's too tanky, you don't have good damage, and you're all just ticking out. The rum's ticking away and you're like, I'm dying.
In a perfect situation, how long can you keep magnetize on someone?
An insane amount of time. I can't give you the math on that.
But yeah, if you're able to live and chase it down, which I guess once you're ahead as an Earth Spirit, what do you got? You're trying to do some math.
Jeez, it's too much math.
It's almost like infinite,
gets
right? Because the cooldowns, the remnants are coming back up. If you have full charges at the beginning.
He actually goes down, only has the 1 point in attribute shift. It's not enough for him to sustain versus the damage and versus the necrotic webs, the anti-heal.
Maybe they'll get crit. There we go. Little bit of action as they'll find crit.
For the third time. Again.
They're killing the supports.
Killing the supports. But losing your morph to the solo spider.
Not getting the cause.
And that's pre-Orchid.
He's going to have that done in, what, just a few hundred gold? Amar.
It's pretty much there, yeah. And then it's just free kills on the morph.
Is under attack.
I mean, I've seen, of course, the stat builds a lot, but usually I see 2 points in attribute shift. Instead of just the single point, if I'm not mistaken, usually. I mean, either way, I don't know if it's safe. I mean, it would probably save in that situation, but
Oh, yeah, would have allowed him to TP out.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, that happens.
What can you do?
And Amar, yep, straight back up top, level 10. Maureen, 402. He's insanely farmed, insanely tanky, and their draft overall from Spirit, just their damage is pretty lackluster. Yes, the morph eventually, he does great damage, but that's gonna, like, I mean, panel said it too, it's like 50 minutes. It takes a long time, especially into this type of matchup. Now he'll put the second point in attribute chip. Smoked up, Maureen wants to make more happen. They've got that Orchid done too. I mean, Amar occupies like that entire top area. No one wants to go near him at all now. Even the Kunkka at this point can get brought down. And they're just going to make the move to play around Amar.
Oh, lol, he'll be able to lay down the combo.
Good mana burn, but they're chasing for it anyway. They've got Healing Lotus on Snay to even throw onto his allies. So let's put a deep ward. They're going to take out this top tier too. It's only 13 minutes in. See if Spirit wants to mount the defense. They probably have to bring almost everybody.
Is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
There's no way, surely. This tier 2 does not seem to be a point of the map that you want to turn up to your Spirit.
No.
You try and find what you can elsewhere and hope for the best.
Yeah, it just feels devastating. I've been losing a tier 2. It's only 14 minutes in. Now top side, and probably was already impossible for Morph to farm, but now Satanic can't play top at all. And now look at this. Amar is actually going to surprise him. A TP from a Brood. You don't see this too often.
Is it enough damage?
Not quite.
Ever so close.
It was pretty close, yeah. And he's doing the build that we expected, not getting insatiable. Maybe he'll skip points at some point soon anyway, even if he is versus a Morph matchup.
He's
so far ahead.
You know, do you really care if the Morph's able to use their lifesteal damage?
It is pretty broken when Morph gets insatiable, but...
I guess that is the thing. If he skills it and there's a fight where Satanic does some crazy play and turns it around because of it, then you're going to...
He probably won't. Yeah. He probably won't go it. 7K lead, similar to that last game. Blade Mill's finished up for Kunkka, but again, yeah, just... It feels like the moves just feel incredibly limited for this side of Spirit. Similar to the last game too, they have no vision on the map because they've just lost complete map control so fast. They have one ward bottom to scout stuff out, and yeah, that's pretty much it. They're making the attempts though. They're using the trio, looking for these rotations, trying to find some targets. It's just not connecting. Falcons is playing around it. I don't think we've seen a hook right?
No, I don't think so. Not yet, at least not in the midst of a fight.
No. Just going from tower to tower. Tier 1 bottom, invading triangle, getting more wards down. They have 3 aggressive wards placed on the side of Falcons to watch movements too. Ticking all the boxes. Pinging out bottom tower, they can start to pressure the tier 2 and potentially set up, it's not even Tormentor yet, of course, but potentially control even the right side of the map for that Tormentor. For Spirit, I'm struggling to see the moves.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Well-gotten gains.
Setting up a bit around the mid.
Is under attack.
That could have perhaps been the opportunity there for Spirit, but Falcons seem to have been ready for
Dire's
it.
bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is
They're
under
playing
attack.
cautious, and then they see something, and now they're looking to go in immediately off of that Satanic.
The opening's done. Satanic's able to still wave forward way. Amar coming in from the side.
Laurel get away.
The silence onto Lal, but Lal's able to hold back Amar in time with the Tornado. They lose Rue.
But they just have to run. Can't take fights. And when is the time to take fights? You can't just wait for Morph forever.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
It's got to be around the Kunkka, around the Invoker somehow, but just, yeah, not able to find the connections with the way that Falcons is playing around. And they're playing beautifully around their vision, too. Like, they're just seeing the movements, so they're one step ahead.
Not quite able to get the connection there. The roll falling a little too short that time.
I think he maybe tried to kick the hero, and sometimes what happens is it auto-kicks the stone if you're next to the stone and the hero. Because he kicked the stone backwards, so that means he definitely targeted, downward. It happens. Blink's almost done for crit, too. They have the blink on Skinner, so now they've got that combo as well on Falcons to just delete targets with God Strength plus a lasso. And for Spirit, I'm not sure what the item, like, what's the item that's going to bring things together? Is it Malik's Pipe? Or is it just literally wait for Satanic until he's got 3 items. And can they even win? And is it even enough for a morph alone? Just don't think so.
It doesn't feel like it at the moment.
Tower is under
It's
attack.
just unfortunately for Spirit, been a couple of rough games here against Falcons.
And they're smoking up the duo, the 2 blinkers in particular. They're gonna grab the Earth Spirit as well since he's got the amp.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Aaron.
And they get the second target too.
Maureen able to make sure that both are locked down perfectly.
That was quick by him too. A super fast jump from Maureen on the secondary go. They're gonna think that there's vision there because of that now. Instant TP. They will actually lose him on.
Okay, Malik and Maposhka.
Can they get out? Maureen is here.
Gonna get the catch on him, Maposhka.
Dire's middle tower.
So we'll be able to punish him, but it's something for Spirit.
It's a big kill, but yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it's not changing too much.
Radiant's top tower is
Nice jump. They at least got to play some vision down in the meantime.
fallen.
But yeah, look at this. Oh, look how fast.
Right away for Rue, Maureen. He knows that Lyle's been dealt with.
Yeah, and you'll see the ping right afterwards too. They're like, enemy has vision here, so they really expected there was that ward, but it was just such a fast move since he got the vision from Crit, and Crit, quick blink away, survive. BKB now online.
I'll take that.
And Amar, he is very close to his BKB, and when he has that, it does feel, yeah, then they actually have to like hook shot into Torrent Boat combo kind of perfectly to chain stun. If they get BKBs off, they're gonna live on the side of Falcons too. They've got these 2 already finished up. Spirit gonna look to play around Satanic since he's got this Manta finished up. They're looking to catch up top since they have vision here.
There goes Maposhka. Straight away, gets the setup on a Crit. They can turn this into a tier 1 tower push.
Radiant's
Very
top
good kill.
tower has
The vision that
fallen.
they were able to place from the earlier smokes. It's gonna get pinged out instantly. But good to at least get something on the board there.
Radiant's
And they get their
top
tower.
is under attack.
What do they do next? It'll be difficult into all these BKBs.
Yeah, I mean, for Spirit overall, maybe just like, it is just gonna be a game of just stall.
Just farm up on the
Farm.
morph.
Try to stall, farm, farm.
Radiant's
Secure your
middle tower
Tormentor.
is under attack.
Don't let Falcons just take over the map, take over every one of the tier 2s. I say that as almost all of them are gone already, but I guess that just is gonna have to be the name of that game. I want to see then the supports playing to just, yeah, these solo crests, at least, of course, on the clock, but maybe even more defensive kind of support items for the morph, since it is just going to be all up to him. BKB for Sven. So triple BKB cores on Falcons. They're going to look to hit, and hit hard. Shield rune as well on Maureen. And it is around this Tormentor timing, too, so is Spirit going to be able to protect their Tormentor, protect their 21-minute Wisdom rune? The rotations are coming.
Satanic.
He knew something was up.
And making sure that he's out of there just in time.
That was good. Good identification from him.
Radiant's top tower
Maybe
is
because he
under
saw the
attack.
Brood, he just got a little scared that maybe some move was coming, but very good read there from Satanic.
Got the space now to find the final tier 2.
Yep, and that Tormentor, there's a ward on top of it. They did place one there from Rue. Can he get a steal? He used the dead shot already.
The stun strike.
Oh,
It's
that's
a
right.
nice attempt. I won't be able to put a
Dire's
stop to it.
bottom tower is under attack.
Snake King's able to get the shard.
Miposhka. Did he just juke him? He actually just juked him.
Easy.
That's the second time I think we saw him just juke on a tree line versus them. And he gets the Wisdom rune too, so. Small things gained. Morph has now taken top net ward spot, but his other cores are really starting to suffer.
Radiant's
Laurel in
middle
particular,
tower is under attack.
very concerned for what this Invoker's impact is going to be besides just like an Alacrity and an EMP. But they have slowed things down at the least. The gold lead didn't continue to grow.
Falcons. I imagine what Roshan should be on the
I'd imagine so.
list next.
Especially because maybe they force a fight just because they have triple BKB, but they absolutely can just go for that Roche whenever. They're going to look to jump mid. Rue.
They'll get the jump on him. He's able to get the ults off. But Maureen will stay on top of him, and there won't be any backup coming in. So another support to fall.
And amp damage spawns bottom again. Falcons, see what they want to do with that. Satanic has almost the butterfly finished up.
Can he carry this alone?
Still feels very difficult. Incredibly difficult since it's just him. And there is a lot of form of control and silence that can be quite pesky versus this morph. And he is playing versus Warcry, so good amount of bonus armor that's going to be thrown onto these heroes even when he commits in. And yeah, it's Roche time.
Could be making looking to make this one even quicker than the first one. Falcons, if they get this Roche, get this Aegis.
They can look to force.
Yeah, they can jump high ground. Now Marin's ready to dive.
Ready to eat more
there.
cashews.
He's tasting cashew nuts. He's fueled up and ready to go this series. He really is.
Excuse me, Snaking. He just decrypted the Roche. Jumping, Satanic. Got Manta.
Oh, he's able to get it off. He's got the backup in Miposhka, but the further backup coming in from Falcons magnetizes down here.
He's rolling out.
Let's see if Marin's able to continue to chase him. He is. He'll keep it going, but another roll away into TP will save Satanic.
Very nice play from Satanic there. Patient with his Manta. The second he sees crit blinks in, he pops it so that he can't get the lasso. And heads up TP out.
You are learning the ways of dying.
Even gives him the Earth Spirit taunt.
That's the butterfly done.
So is that their smoke timing? That's going to be one of them.
See this again here. Satanic.
Very nice.
Quick moves and good backup from Miposhka. We'll see back in action. Smoke's coming in here around this butterfly purchase of Satanic.
They don't want to keep getting jumped, but Malrine, they all have BKBs on the course. They have to find these supports.
They're going to try with the X mark.
He just rolls.
And indeed he's able to time it. So he rolls away safely.
Snaking.
Not going to be quite as lucky. Caught in the cogs.
That's a gem. Hits the deck. I think the courier got it, though. Yep, he retrieved it with his courier.
Radiant's middle tower.
That was quick how fast he grabbed it. I didn't even see that courier. Good target to jump, though. Initially, they went for Malrine. He's actually very patient. Doesn't end up using his BKB because he can just roll out of the X, but they will at least find Snack.
Sweeping over for Skeeter, but Skeeter should be able to get out of here in time.
If they had been able to take that gem away, it would have been pretty massive. Yeah, quick little courier usage, of course.
This next round of items are going to be online
be
very soon for Falcons, right? We've got the full Shivas nearly done here for Marine.
Amar almost a full hex.
Yeah, he's sitting on 4,500 gold coming up.
So they're
full
full
up for that.
Everyone's just going to itemize to deal with Morphling, right? Because they know this is literally, it is what they play anyway for Spirits, that 4 Protect 1 every single time, but it is literally getting to the point where it is all on Morph. So Hexes, super valuable. Heal reduction, super valuable. Lasso. I think the Ogre Bruiser may have actually stunned crit there.
It
don't think it
kind of did. Doesn't matter. They'll still get root.
That was a pretty funny one. These Ogre Bruisers, they get everyone.
So Malik's got his Ags online. How do we like the Ags?
It does good amount of damage if you can actually connect with it. I'll be honest, I don't really like it most of the times, but I know
like it looks flashy.
It does,
but it's you know it's kind of looks above all.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Maybe we'll get some crazy stuff coming in with the cannonballs. And the ghost ships.
I'm a Kunkka hater though, so I'm not sure why. Just used to love this hero, but for some reason, something about TI and just not having the water park for some time has definitely felt a little bit underwhelming. But
yeah, he had his time, to be fair. You know,
he had a long time.
He had his time.
Bloodstone, Ags, 20 talent,
Radiant
Torrents.
scanning.
Just can't play the game, so this is much more suitable. Miposhka, he's been here for a while.
Let's see who wins this.
Crit will get back.
Yeah, that's kind of cheating.
I mean, both these heroes are two of the highest damage dealing supports in the game, right? Firefly plus battery, so I think Crit ends up winning that one anyway. Controlling high ground here. Amar Hex is done. These items are massive. And Satanic, he probably has to tick up the BKB a little bit more. He can't go full greed for a Scotty when they're building like this for him. He has to play like the most perfect Morphling game ever to be able to carry this one. There's a chance,
Dire's bottom tower
but it's
is
very
under
difficult.
attack.
Amar going to start poking.
Dire are scanning.
An exceptional find.
Spirit struggling with each moment to really find any space to get any farm. It's once again getting to the point where the majority of them are kept inside the base.
It's just going to be that diehard question is just if can a morph solo carry versus triple cores with supports who also scale. I feel like I've said this so many times when I talk about Falcons. They love to control map and build tremendous leads before they look to really close things out sometimes. I mean, this one's not a tremendous lead, but there's a great catch if they can finish him. He's got BKB.
He has. He's ready to pop it straight away and simply walk out of this. He's got backup coming in. They could look to try and get back in on this Falcons from the high ground.
Panic.
He's going to go for it.
He's got the shift.
He gets the lasso into the Hex. Do they have the damage? Roll for from Marine. They're trying, but he's got half his HP left. Good to go is Satanic, so he'll survive. He'll be able to waveform out. Falcons won't be able to get away with making that jump onto the morph there.
Marine, he's run out. He dropped like 5 stones on top of himself. He's actually run out of stones. That was pretty good there. Satanic very quick on his fingers. Gets the shift. They committed quite a lot there too. They committed pretty much everything there from the side of Falcons. So, can Spirit look to fight back now that everything's on cooldown? They don't have boat, so probably not, I guess. But they'll be able to get some time to just chill back and farm on the morph since everything was used.
Invisibility.
Next item for
Now he's got MKB.
Satanic. He's got his BKB, so as we're seeing, if you get the BKB off in the shift, it's not a guaranteed kill if they jump him.
But Skeeter wasn't there. That's the other thing that's important.
Okay, you throw Skeeter in with the MKB,
yeah,
and
he's
then
the actual damage dealer with
Sure.
the lasso. That's like, we talked about that from earlier. So that's pretty big difference. And of course, he did just get the MKB too, so he's got that wave for the butterfly. Even building a Bloodthorn, it looks like on Amar. More ways to pierce. Spirit grouped up.
stepping out a little bit. Can anyone get the jump though?
Laurel sneaking in.
He's going to be able to trip up Skeeter with the Tornado EMP at least to start, but Marion still able to roll over, get the kickback onto Lal. Stunning
Nice
flies out and forced up the high ground.
Panic's here.
Ready with a blink to jump up, take out Lal. Lal's gone.
Big damage. Stun
Take
Skeeter.
him in turn, they can.
They got him.
This is a sort of trade that they'll happily take, Spirit.
Massive trade.
They're going to be able to get snaking as well by the looks of it. X-Mark into the Torrent. A bit of a cleanup to be found here, Spirit. They're prepared.
Amar getting the split push going, of course, but Satanic finds his opportunity. Skeeter got burned. That EMP connecting with it. I think he got the BKB off late, too, and he just gets popped. So much burst damage. Spirit showing signs of life.
See if they can find this sort of setup to do it again around Satanic.
That's pretty much like perfect the way that they set that one up, too. I mean, Marl, he gave his life for the squad, but getting that EMP and just tripping up the initial go kind of caused all of that to happen. So Marl just being that sacrifice for his team.
Can definitely look to afford to play like that once again. Now,
Starting to feel hope there for Satanic.
they need a couple more of those. Still down 7K.
I think maybe one more, and they're actually in a pretty okay spot. One more if they can get like another big core kill, and I think it'll be pretty good for them. Because that morph, he's taking top net worth.
Sure.
He's starting to get these big items.
It's like the game's sort of balanced on a knife edge for them, though. You know,
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if this morph gets caught, whoa.
Whoa! I mean, these type of mistakes, they can hurt.
Okay. BKB.
It's not a knife's edge, but it's one of those games where if he plays it perfect, he absolutely
Sure.
can carry this. And so far, 5-2-2. He did have a couple of those trip-ups early, but they'll find crit too, it looks like. Nicely done. Roche, it's going to be a long spawn.
Yeah, a bit of a shame for them, actually. Yeah.
It would've been really nice
If they'd
to
had it
get
up
some.
now, they could have gone into the pit straight away. Spirit. Still 2 minutes on that. Satanic towards the Skadi next.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's starting to feel, you can see his confidence though, it's going up as the game goes on. He's starting to be able to hit towers, starting to be able to play aggressively and join into these fights constantly.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Of course, he did get Vindicator's Axe too to point out a very important one in this game when he's playing versus that Sven. Hey, they're feeling their strength. They're pinging out the Roche themselves. There's going to be the respawn in 5 seconds on the bat. Do they have a smoke to access? I don't think they actually do. Does Crit have one? Crit has one.
Radiant's
Okay.
bottom
Crit has one
tower
available.
is
He's going to
under
TP and
attack.
smoke for his team.
Radiant
Yeah, they're
are
going to
scanning.
want to just get over it as soon as possible.
All eyes on Satanic.
Can he carry this?
Can he get the shifts off? Can he not get lassoed and popped? It's going to be all important. If he dies at the start of the fight, it's
Radiant's
over.
bottom
Immediately.
tower is under attack.
He has to live the entirety of these
Dire's
fights.
middle tower is under attack.
See what he's got here. They're set up around the pit. They know that Falcons is going to be coming for them like this.
Spiders to scout. Very tense moment here.
It's getting closer to sort of that really rough time to lose the fight. You lose the fight, you're losing the
Dire's middle
Roshan.
tower is under attack.
Spiders to scout again. Getting more and more information of how they want to approach it.
And let's see Satanic.
Their smoke does run out.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Starting to ping the base.
There were no creep wave with them though on this bottom lane. The bottom lane
Maybe-
creep waves pushed the way back out to their side of the map.
Maybe
Yeah, I
they
guess
send
they've
a
got mid
Mar.
coming in,
They have
so
mid with a cloak of
backdoor
flame.
protection will actually be gone, so this could work.
I think Amar can start hitting the racks and they
Yeah.
can go for maybe a trade and then back
And
up. They can
Roshan
TP.
is still not quite back up, so
No.
Spirit will have to come back.
And they have TPs. It's on their side, so they can all fully TP to actually get there. So they'll force the glyph.
They're going to go for the hook shot. The Poshka's going to get jumped straight away. They get the lasso. They're going to focus the clockwork
Good
first.
Taurus.
Poshka's still alive. Finally falls. They'll buy back straight away.
Satanic.
Well, trying to come in from the sidelines with EMP set up on a crit. Get caught off. Skeeter's ready to jump back in. He goes straight away. Over
He's
with
taking
Rube,
a
but
lot
Rube's
of
gonna
damage,
get
though.
off, and Skeeter, he's going to die for that. They try and get back in on the fight, Falcons, but it goes horribly wrong. They lose Skeeter. They
And he
lose
gets the
Marine
stun.
as well.
Oh, Satanic's doing it.
Ooh. Falcons.
The biggest times that they can get these
They,
catches, they found them now.
Yeah, they're
Satanic,
getting hit back pretty hard here.
he's gotten multiple kills. Nice Skeeter. Feeling like he's stronger than maybe he anticipated. Did he not Warcry? Or was it cooldown? I think he blinked in with Mask of Madness and the Morph was beating on him and he had like 2 armor. So he started taking heavy damage.
Yeah,
I think I saw that
feels
right.
that he can burst through Rue as he goes straight for the Muerta.
Look at his armor.
Yeah, Warcry still on cooldown for a couple of seconds.
He got shredded there from Satanic. Laurel, again, finding the angles to
All
get
right,
that,
yeah,
and
huge
Satanic.
shake-up. They still have the lead, but that lead, it
It's
doesn't
gone.
feel as great as it did before.
That gold lead doesn't mean anything now at this point with this Morph.
Absolutely not, yes. Spirit.
Laurel, give some respect to this Bugna. He's got another Glimmer.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Should be able to play around that. Beautiful stuff. Yes, Satanic, he's making no mistakes now. He's playing it beautifully, these fights.
Dire's top
Executed
tower
nicely.
is
He's
under
not getting
attack.
caught. Miposhka is tanking the initiation. If a Clockwork is getting lassoed, it feels pretty darn good for Spirit in these
Because
fights.
it feels like they
Dire's
do
middle
have...
tower
Oh,
is
Mar.
under attack.
Or he's getting stalked again.
He's got BKB, but he hasn't got a TP.
He does not.
So he's got nowhere to go. Apart from just a BKB and hide up on the cliff.
They see you.
They've got the ward laid down for him. Spirit hitting back fantastically against Falcons after a pretty rough, well, a very rough game 1. And then this game 2, a very rough early game.
Rough 15-20 minutes, right? It was pretty dominant from the side of
It
Falcons.
really was.
But yeah, Satanic just being the difference maker. And I do have to give Laura a lot of credit too, even though his score maybe not reflecting like a crazy performance. He's 3, 4, and 5, but the scouting he's doing is actually incredible. He's sacrificed himself for the big moment when they got the comeback inside
Radiant's middle tower
inside
is under
their
attack.
jungle.
Satanic straight down the mid. He's going to be looking for the nullifier next.
Yeah, they're feeling that advantage that they've got now.
He's nearly level 25. Up to the high ground.
Falcons.
Radiant structures are fortified.
What's their insurance policy? We were talking about how it's the Sven, right? That's why they wanted to perhaps go for it, but a couple of these fights now, Skeeter's not able to hit prime targets.
But the lasso,
What about this time?
they're going to get him in onto the tier 4. They're going
they're
to kick back
booting
as
him.
well. Straight into the fountain. They'll be able to waveform back out, turn into the Earth Spirit to try and roll away. Backup comes in with the Tornado MP. Satanic, he's going to be able to keep that Aegis safe. He gets back to business onto the tier 3 tower.
That was a little awkward there from Malrine.
Because they kind of had him locked down, right? Could they not have just
Yeah.
afforded to kill him off, or at least get the Aegis out of him without
Yeah.
having to go for the stone kickback?
That's what I thought. They were
Yeah.
last time they had the stun from Skeeter coming into any God Strength, and he didn't even get to hit him once. He got turned to stone
I
and
guess
kicked.
Marion was maybe concerned that the backup for Satanic was going to get him range and be
Yeah.
able to help him from that position, so wanted to go for the kickback into the fountain.
But it's a pretty big mess up there. Perhaps could have maybe gotten a kill there since they did surprise him with it.
Satanic's able to pull this off. This is it's going to be one of the more impressive morph showings.
Absolutely. He's got that nullifier, I believe, done now too, right? So, getting to these critical mass points. Sven does have the shard, so that Warcry is going to be undispellable now, so we'll make him quite a bit tankier. Snag. Do they want to continue chasing? Doesn't.
A little too speedy here on the Pugna. They could
Straight
just
down
run
mid.
it down mid. They've still got time left on the Aegis on Satanic.
They've got the buffs too. They've got the Lotus plus the pipe to throw on him. Plus that alacrity.
I
He's got the Nully.
They've got to watch out for
Hook
the
shot.
rat potential.
That was an interesting one.
Radiant's middle barracks.
Followed the roll, but the invulnerability stopped it, and then he had a chance to stop the X. But the Rex, it's fallen, but Amar's trading.
The bottom set's open, so we'll see who heads back to deal with Amar.
Amar gets the Hex onto Laurel. Laurel's in trouble.
He's able to force away, but he's gone. At the same time in the base, Satanic, he's fighting against them with the help of Malik and Mapostra, and he's doing it. He's been able to get the double, standing his
Skeeter.
ground against Skeeter.
They've got the CC.
lasso comes out, they'll lock him down, they'll take him out the once, but he's going to be back for round 2 after this Aegis.
Skeeter trying to disengage.
Roll forward again from Maureen. They're trying to lock down Satanic a second time. It's just not going to work. Maureen will get Malik.
Amar got the Raxes.
Chris is trying to chase, but the lasso's already been used.
Heads up play from Amar. They got that Rax. They're still continuing to kind of poke Satanic and chase, but crit.
And Amar's going for a second set here in the mid.
Oh my goodness,
Burst
he is.
immediately, and Satanic now turns towards the two. The Maureen and Skeeter, they've got to be careful about how they go about trying to tackle this Morphling.
No God Strength available. Can't go for him without it. All right, they get an even exchange because of that Rax, because of Amar's play there. That was cool stuff. Satanic, of course, survives during all of it. We'll be able to finish up a next item.
What's he going for? Going for the Daedalus.
Daedalus, just straight up damage. He's got 25 too.
Well, what do you get rid of for this as the morph now? Want to free up the slots?
Probably has to just be the Vlads. Tell a teammate.
Yep.
Like, okay, Clockwork, rebuy me my Vlads.
And for Amar, Lincoln's, do you think that's what he's going to settle on, or is there, could he be deciding between things, especially considering the play that he's having to go for, right? He's going all out for the rat plays right now, doesn't want to turn up, wants to be making sure that they can always find these trades when it comes to taking down the barracks.
Not sure, to be honest. I think he probably will commit for the Lincolns.
Yep.
But there's definitely still going to be ways to trip him up, of course, with like the hook shot and all these different catch, but this will stop some of that control. Interesting. Or maybe it's just to be able to throw onto his buddy so that they're more protected too. We'll see.
Again, quite the crazy game now. 21-20, just 1K difference right now.
It's the closest game that we've had
It is.
so far in this one.
it's-
We've gotten a cast, at least.
It really is just going to be a test of whether Satanic can kind of do the old 1v5 hit. Everything's on the Morphling. He dies, it's game over.
And they do have high burst. He is very tanky when he's sitting at 72 armor.
Yep.
Got the ninja gear as well, so even more of that agi. So it's very
War hook
physical
shot
resistant.
in. Oshka in the opening.
The X.
As well, he's going to have to
Got
BKB that one, yep. Amar doesn't want to run the risk of getting dragged back into the full combo of Spirit.
And now Amar maybe like, damn, I wish I had that Lincolns to block that X, right? Let's see which one he does go for. Satanic starting to pressure bottom. They have the base wards still inside Falcons.
See if they can maybe catch someone out. On
This is
the
a
way back
huge
to
ward.
base.
If they catch someone here, they can pop them in an instant.
Yeah, they're ready with the catch. They're going to reveal themselves and just go for the straight up push onto the tier 3 bottom. Smoke out from Falcons.
Whenever that Lotus wears off, you have to be careful on Satanic for the jump.
He's back in again.
He's got the X.
Radiant's bottom
That's a cool way to do
tower
it.
has fallen.
Every time Lotus is on cooldown, use the X.
They can keep doing this. And well, what's for the counterplay from Falcons?
Maureen has a full refresher. He could go for the back where the X is.
He's going to try. He rolls forward. He's going to go in, pops the BKB.
I think he... Did he whiff the Magneton?
I think it
whiffed
didn't make a connection
Laurel?
to anyone. They're going to try and
Peter.
look over towards the Kunkka instead, but Kunkka's able to get forced out to the side. Satanic, he's in, but
He's
he's
controlled.
by the lasso. They've got to try and bail him out. He gets
He's
caught
hexed.
by the Hex. Is there any save for him? He's surviving throughout it all. The silence is there. He's running away. Satanic, he
He's
gets
still
out
alive.
to safety. Waveform up to the high ground. They're trying to chase on forward, but Satanic on the retreat.
He's ticking out.
The rock again. Maureen slides in style.
They're
to
all ticking
finish
out.
Satanic off.
They're all going. Can Laurel sneak his way out of this? Dust still not up for crit. They lose 2. Miposhka perhaps as well.
He's trying to escape out of the map, and well, he'll get out with the jetpack TP. He'll make it away, but
big fight.
Yeah, a bit of an awkward start. Kind of the first magnetized miss, but then the second one, it was fantastic.
It was perfect. Yeah, and I think they're recognizing, okay, we got to go because they're starting to do this kind of, you know, one time he's Lotus, the next time he's X to go for the play, so they have to force it, and they do get some great catches.
Good use.
Able to control that more pretty much fully. He had to shift it. Yeah, he had to shift literally full strength.
I think it was 100%,
he couldn't go back in.
Yeah, completely shifted.
Yeah. He could not go back in whatsoever.
And Malrin was able to chase him down. And absolute style there. You're turning into the stone and sliding into
Yeah, that was beautiful. Godstrength's going to be back up. Skeeter's also hit 25 after that.
They're going to try and do what they can with this. Ideally for Falcons, they force out this buyback from Satanic.
I didn't notice actually Amar also had a refresher, so he went for that for the double Hex, double Bloodthorn. He has a lot of activatable items, so makes sense too. Rather than having Lincoln's straight out aggression. I think I prefer that quite a bit. And look at his skill build, of course, as we said. You definitely don't want to give him nothing.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Not in this type of game.
Doesn't look like they'll be able to force the buyback out. They know that Roshan's up, so they're going to go for the safer target.
And they'll have that one. And that is it's a pretty big one too. It is that refresher shard. Potential double lassos are there. Actually, probably just give it a Skitter. Double God Strength, double BKB, double Satanic. Probably much more valuable. Maybe just give them both Aegis and that refresher shard. We'll see if they do so.
Who's taking it?
They're probably discussing. Crit takes it for now. But he might pass it over to this fan. We'll see. There we go. So Skitter, he has double round of spells. Getting closer to Swiftblink, not quite there. Satanic does pick up a pretty big item. He's got the Satanic.
So now, if similar situations as the last fight occur, should have a large chance of being able to dispel, heal back up.
Yeah. And then he doesn't have to full shift is the big thing.
And he doesn't have to run.
Because if he has to full shift and disengage, then he just obviously can't contribute any damage. If he can at least Satanic waveform in, could still be able to do it. But there's tons of control, and now playing into Aegis, it's added another level of difficulty again. And the 25s are being hit, Owen. So we got to talk about the biggest ones, of course. It's probably the Earth Spirit. I mean, yes, Fens is huge, but Earth Spirit, it's undispellable. This Magnetize, it's already been doing unbelievable amount of work. It's going to be devastating.
He's got the stones that are ready, refresher back off cooldown.
Yeah.
Malrin's ready to go once more.
Amar, I mean, perhaps even considering it, the one that I've never seen anybody take.
Sure, because you just don't have insatiable hunger.
He doesn't have it.
Yeah.
So he might actually take this 30%. And it doesn't sound that bad if he's hitting a morph.
Yeah, if you just get a hit onto him, it
actually sounds kind of cool.
Could be pretty clutch in the fights.
I actually want to see what the percent... I swear I've never seen anyone take it, but it definitely, obviously, some people do. But.
Oh, yeah, I was going to look. You're having a look.
Yeah, I'm going to
have a look. See what we're sort of seeing when it comes to that 25 talent. It's got to be pretty low, if any at all.
If I can even find it.
That's sort of high-level play.
96% take the Insatiable, so only 3.7% take the other. We'll see, though. Amar, still waiting. Back up to 10K for them. Starting to get that farm going. Keeping their Tricore scaling. Did see the Muerta also got an item. Got a big damage item. Finally on Rue. He's got a Gleipnir. So he could start dealing some damage perhaps inside these fights. Satanic, nice man to dodge.
Nice man to dodge. Okay, that's the easiest Aegis he's taken in his whole life there, Satanic.
Can they do it again?
See if they can do round 2. Look at the cogs down. Skeeter trying to get away.
He's decrepified during his BKB.
Okay, it'll allow him to run.
Malrine. This is awkward. He's gonna still try to look for the play.
It's a bit deep now. Can't really go any further there for Satanic.
They know they have the secondary go on Skitter. He has the refresher shard in the bag.
He's going to get the setup here with the X mark. It's going to be the stone form. Malrine able to dodge the torrent, roll out.
Laurel used BKB, Skitter used BKB, but Skitter has that refresher shard to be able to go back in if they do see an opportunity. They'll back up though. They'll probably wait for that cooldown. Very nice man to play there from Satanic. And now Mar will.
He's able to keep these sort of creep waves constantly pushed in against Spirits, and it's still not easy for Spirit to get out in the base.
He has been very annoying on this spider, that's for sure. From itemization to how he's been able to play, getting that bottom racks, very important.
Malrine. What does he look towards next? Does he just get that Octarine? Do you also want to get another Hex?
I always think Hex.
Refresher,
I just really like Hex when you're playing versus like Morphling. Especially with Refresher, yeah. Trying to think of what other option. It probably is just stuck between those two. Yeah. And Hex. I can't think of anything else.
Does he need Lincolns himself?
Nah. That vision. Spirit still looking to protect that ward. How's our buybacks looking?
And it's off.
Most of the important ones do have it. Sven does not, actually.
Spirit. Great chance to break the Lincolns indeed.
He's always got this backup. I feel like Crit's always there to force staff him.
We're seeing people getting forced safety all the time. And
I mean, these telescope is really helping him. But yeah, I think that's 3 times I've seen the force staff protect people out of trouble. Which is great to see, because I know at TI we literally had like just bracers. I'm glad to see people actually buying force staffs.
Radiant are scanning.
That's exactly.
A lot of money.
A lot of money.
Malrine.
All of them. They're getting that money across the map. They back up to that 14k lead they did have previously. Mara is starting to maybe decide on getting some type of damage in a Dispel. He's got the Manta queued. Snag. He's an important target to look for in these fights still. He did just get the 20 talent, so he's got that 20% extra life drain heal as well. It's a lot of healing that this Pugna starts to kick off when you get these levels. Both teams hesitant to make the move. Both feeling content with getting more farm, getting more items. You know, Spirit, Satanic, and Rue probably saying, hey guys, you know, I can still scale too on this Muerta, and Satanic, being this Morphling, always wants him to sit back, but Falcons just getting more, feels like, out of these time. It's just downtime.
And still just that ease of execution favoring Falcons.
Yes.
Just that one hero that they gotta kill. If they kill that Morph, they're gonna be in a good spot. Whereas for Spirit, the Morph, Satanic, he has to kill a lot.
Rue. Malrine's in, Skeeter's in.
He jumps straight away on Miposhka. Miposhka will fall. They get the lasso down on a Rue. It's the 2 supports out.
Big targets. Malik will be able to get away. Malrine.
There's no buyback available as well on Miposhka. He's gone for 90.
And that's the gem too that they were able to finally recover. Back to the high ground they go.
A lot of damage here with the God Strength out. Skeeter tearing through the tier 3 onto the barracks. It's the buyback from Rue.
Dire's top tower is
Oh, he took the Insatiable, and he skilled it all. He put all his points in just for this moment.
And Hex immediately thrown down over towards Satanic. He'll turn towards Amar. Amar turning the stone, kicked away, but the X-Mark track back, it's there. Amar's gone.
He gave that Insatiable too. Morph has it now. He put, I think he had 4 points saved up, I guess?
He was definitely like 25/26 and he hadn't put a single point in.
Yeah, he was just holding these points, so.
Popped them all in now.
Okay, but that does mean the Morph is now going to be able to turn into him in a lot of situations and have Insatiable.
I mean, it's interesting that up until that point, you know, that was the point in which Amar was like, okay, now I will put the points.
I mean, he literally was like, I'm going to put Insatiable and just YOLO for the Mega Creeps, I think, right?
I think so. But that's...
Not really Mega Creeps either. It's actually just a second
just kidding. It's a risky move.
It is.
One that he might live to regret this game.
Yeah, he has, of course, he's got the Lincolns, right, to protect versus the Morph in some situations, but there's ways around it.
And it really is one of those abilities that's that brutal if it gets into the hands of a Morph player, and in particular, a very good Morph player.
He'll be having like 1,000 base damage. It's actually so silly how high it gets up to. Not that much, but yeah, it's pretty absurd, the percentage that it gets to. Skeeter, God Strength pop.
Watching for the side, gets him with the jump. They've got the last as well, but the Lotus was out just in time, and they got the damage to take.
They have too much damage.
They can kill him off here. Skeeter bringing in the damage. Takes Satanic out. He's gone for 90.
Malrine's in for more.
See what he can catch. He's in on the Lal. Lal, good with the illusion. Ready to go for the BKB. TP out. There's nothing to stop it. Lal gets away. Skeeter Someone's coming in there, not quite able to get connection in time, so the rest of Spirit will escape.
But Falcons showing that they don't need the Brood to go for this play. They can just get a lasso. They have the burst with Skeeter to go for the morph. Even if there's a Lotus that comes out, even if they have backup for him, he needs every type of damage mitigation. They still have enough for him. They don't even have to use a buyback. So Amar, he's back up. He can go straight back to top. Look for that play. 50 seconds they've got to pressure.
This time around, I mean, again, it falls at a time where Roshan will be back up. So whether Falcons want to pull back for the Roche or go to try and pressure out the flyback from Satanic, they've got a couple of options here. Roshan probably the more appealing one.
I think they might look to jump. Skeeter is waiting in mid, but there's no crit, so they don't really have a good way to go. So yeah, probably just going to back up, go for the easier one, go for that Roche, get another refresher shard for the Sven. There's a lot of gold on these heroes.
What does Amar want to do next? He at the moment got the late game Manta queued up.
He's had that one queued for a bit. He's got some fun stuff that he can, potentially maybe like mini dodge, but not sure what he'll go for. Satanic might go. I'm actually just don't know. I'm not sure what he goes. So
yeah, how do you carry this game as the morph?
He still needs Daedalus. Like, he still, because he went for Satanic rather than going for the big damage on the Morphling, but
what do you drop? What do you get rid of?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's these items. It's more about just like how the fights get executed when it gets to these type of points. So it's like, yeah, he probably wants to have the Daedalus for the damage. He'll get rid of the Manta.
Okay, Manta out, Daedalus in.
Yep. So all in damage. Probably just feels like the Manta's not going to save him anyway.
Yeah, he's got his team to rely on for that, right?
Yep.
Amongst the forces, Solar Crest and Lotus Orbs that Poshka's got for him.
Yeah, and while Daedalus is it's a full-out aggressive item, when you have Satanic, right, the bigger you hit, the bigger your lifesteal. So he's taking the risk.
On the hunt.
Got Lincoln's.
It's going to be popped. Nexus there. Anything else? Nearly getting the angle with a dead shot, but doesn't connect, so Amar has the time to BKB.
Nice attempt there. Skeeter is going to connect over. Satanic has shown himself in the lane for a second.
Be a little careful. Get out in time. I mean, Spirit's still stepping out at the base to see if they could trip up maybe one of Falcons separate from the rest of the team, but at this point, Falcons completely grouped up on the high ground.
Initiation is just so important. They're both just playing around wards, playing around this vision. Shield rune on the Earth Spirit.
He's in.
Gets dispelled.
He felt very, very tanky, and understandably so. He's able to BKB and slide out to the side.
Immediate nullifier got rid of that shield rune. Not so tanky. You can still see that Spirit, if they can isolate a target like that, they can still do a ton of damage.
It really is.
It's difficult for them to get that type of initiation point. Their only real initiation is either a Hex or a hook shot that comes out. It's not easy, as you said, to execute in comparison to just a lasso play. Still just sitting around this ward. It must be the latest mech I've ever seen.
I just saw that 55-minute mech.
I saw it pop up, I'm like, wait, what the? Stepping outside. Just looking to clear these waves, because everything is starting to push in onto their side. Bottom also starting to shove in. Falcons looking for the angle. Spirit's still looking to play on the south side around that ward they have. Skeeter. He's in.
Well, ready to slow things down with the Tornado EMP. That's a whole lot of the mana gone. Maposhka's in for the side, but immediately gets caught by the Hex himself. He's in a lot of trouble. Gets the Lotus forced off. Maposhka's able to live. Marin's gone in deep with the BKB. Skeeter trying to stand his ground against Satanic, but Satanic's healing up, holding his own against the Sven. Skeeter has to back off, caught by the dead shot. Satanic goes in the waveform. That's him out the once. That's the Aegis gone.
Marin's in again.
They'll roll back in. They've got the stun into the silence on Satanic. He needs help.
Refresher shard.
Needs to try and get him out of this, but nobody can save him. Satanic goes down. They're ready to dive tier 4s. Marin
is killing the entire enemy team.
They just can't deal with the magnetize. They can't take it off him. Undispellable and seemingly just undealable with.
I need to see the damage numbers just from him, even though he didn't kill too many. He literally just zoned 4 heroes pretty much, while the Sven gets into a 1v1 battle. 11,000. He literally was zoning everybody on. That was absurd. They were going to see our Spirit every game. We already were pretty much, but goodness gracious. Satanic forced to buy back.
A lot of Courier Snipe as well. That would have been the refresher orb for Malik.
Maybe they'll find Snare here. They should. That's a gem.
Gives them a little bit of time. If they could just keep the game going, and Satanic, of course, having a buyback.
He's out of slots is the problem. Like, he needs Rapier.
He needs a Rapier, he really does.
And I don't know how he puts it in his items.
He needs, well, I'll tell you what he needs as well, obviously just a really nice 60-minute item. We're getting close to the 60 minutes.
This is true.
This is a hero that can get some pretty crazy stuff right in terms of like what's good for the hero.
It's Mirror Shield.
Yeah.
It's got to be Mirror Shield.
I guess that's
if they get to 60. How many games do we have that he hit 60?
If this game ends before 60 minutes, or even if it's after and they didn't pick anything up, I'm going to be bitterly disappointed.
It's going to happen.
It's happened a lot.
We had, I think we had
so
like
many
6
games
of them in Milwaukee that ended at 60 minutes and like 20 seconds.
No tier 5s.
No tier 5s. So we can hope, we can pray.
We can hope. It's a 34k lead though. Falcons, they must be feeling that this time, with this lead, they must be very close to, if not already, comfortable enough to close this one out.
Yeah.
Sure, they got shaken up earlier, and the Spirit, Satanic in particular, they've given an excellent fight in keeping the game alive. But this time, with this much of a lead and no buyback on the Morph,
Regeneration.
now their backs are completely against the wall.
And he is still essentially pretty alone in that. It is still that 4 Protect 1 completely, while it is 3 cores that he's playing versus, maybe even 4 in a way, because the Earth Spirit feels like he's 2 heroes, as he's zoning 4 heroes off of everything. Also, I actually expected Rue to get a bit more scaling in this game as the Muerto. He hasn't gotten much.
Near the burst over towards Crit, but Crit's able to get the BKB off. In fact, he's able to live. They couldn't kill him. Now they're going to turn over towards Satanic. Satanic trying to stand toe-to-toe with Amar.
He's got
him for the fight. They're looking for Maureen, but Maureen rolls forward. Slide out to the side. They get the Hex on a Satanic. Now the Spirit, they've got to try and save their boss. Satanic forced aside. Waveforms across his heels up. Turns over towards Amar. He's stunned again though, Satanic. And again, another kickback. Satanic's fine. Another roll forward from Maureen, but the Hex is back up. They lock down Maureen, but Satanic can't offer up the damage to kill him off. At the moment, he's just dealing with kind of the creeps that are building up around him. They've got the lasso down. On towards the Kunkka. Malik. He'll fall. Satanic is so low. He's trying to stand his ground against it all, but the damage from Maureen is just too much. As he's out of the game for good, dead for 2 minutes.
And that's that. The creeps cleaning up the base. They're going to go for buybacks, but 116 seconds without your big carry.
Without the Morph.
Without your boy.
And it's going to finish at 60 minutes again.
It's going to happen.
It's happened again.
It's happened again.
It's happened again.
Skitter, God Strength is available again. This was actually decent from Satanic because he had Insatiable. He fought for a long time because he had like plus 600 damage. One waveform nearly full heals him, but they're just too far behind.
Yeah, they're ready to end it now.
Too much gold, too many items, too much healing. Skitter, level 30.
4 versus 5. What can Spirit do? The tier 4s are going. Look at the opening on the Skeeter. He'll just turn, take down Maposhka. Maposhka's got buyback. The tier 4's gone. Down to the Ancient. Falcons ready to close this one up. 60 minutes in. The fortification comes out. One final effort here from Spirit to slow down Falcons. They're desperately trying to take their attention away from this Ancient. But it's still a whole minute without the Morph. This game, it should be over as Falcons will close this one up and take both games this series against Spirit. One of them definitely a lot harder than the other.